The right one.
Yep.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, we got traction.
Oh, there
Is
goes.
that it?
It's moving.
Yep, we in here.
Oh, is that it?
All right, cool.
Okay, thumbs up here. Okay, cool. We're in a good place.
Cool.
Listen, here we go.
Okay.
Welcome to Protect the T. I'm Dion Webster Cox, and I've got legend, the extraordinary filmmaker, writer, director from Detroit. He is international. And I want to say she because she back here is Miss Queen, his wife, who got us up where you can actually hear us. Join and hear us. There she is in the background. And guess what? Thank you, Miss Queen. He ain't cheating. Because if you can't fix an iPhone or get up here and fix these technical difficulties, he don't need you.
And jump in as our engineer. Girl, bye.
I tell you, my wife brings too much value to the table. I ain't risking that for no booty.
And nobody's risking it. No one's risking it. So then also, we've got Dr. Wendy Webster Jackson. You know, she's my co-host, my sister, who I love dearly. I love her dearly. And we've been talking about this. We were talking about Protect the P. And we want to start off with, we know you are from Detroit. We know that you went to Renaissance High School. And how 20 friends dead by the time you make it 24.
I had a bunch of friends dying. It wasn't just, oh, look, on here you can see the.
Finally. We got there.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, look, we in here now. We go.
Good. Yes.
But no, I a lot of my friends stole drugs when I was growing up. That's no when a lot of people died, I understood it. But it was a lot of other deaths in my life. A friend died from maternal chickenpox. A friend of mine's hospital. Another friend of mine was getting on a lot. They hit a pothole, car flipped over. Car accident. So I'm seeing so much death. My best friend got murdered on Christmas when I was in middle school. So when I'm seeing all this death as a kid, I kind of got to the point where I normalized. And so I didn't think I was special. I figured, I played, but I play a little basketball somewhere, I'll get killed.
So would you say that your trauma is what helped pull you to go forward in life? So you didn't let the trauma that you had destroy you, you helped elevate you and to help you become where you are today.
Or
did it?
No. I'll be honest with you. Like, I thought I would be dead by 21, but instead, God had a different plan. I conceived my son on my birthday. And it was like, I was a and then I had to have a long talk. And kind of get on the same page because I didn't want my son to go back. Like, I quit talking to God for probably about 5 years.
Did you win? Who won?
It was, I don't know.
Oh, you know God won. If you sit here talking to us now, right?
But and my mom got raped in a church. So
She told you about it.
I had a choice. It was the pastor of our church. And so it was a lot behind it. And so for me, and I was fun fact about me, my brother and I used to go around the country preaching on a regular basis. And so at that point, because I couldn't understand how we were allowed that to happen.
And why the person would want to do that?
You know what
It's
I mean?
supposed to be a man of God, right?
Yeah,
The pastor.
That was just the added part of it.
Okay.
But it happened. That's what writing this stuff.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Experience being on the side of the block.
Okay. Healing from that.
And so I said, one of the like, okay, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I'm gonna need this one.
Okay.
And at that point, I did reconnect with God. He was 5, 6 years old. I became sober parent, and that became my focus. And so, fast forward to when he graduated from high school, I went ahead and started pursuing other things.
Okay. And that's a beautiful thing. But But you didn't just get to filmmaking. That didn't just start.
No, I've been in love with stories, and I know they didn't hear it the first
They
time,
didn't
but
hear, but they hear it this
they
time.
did. I fell in love with stories in 5th grade. Shout out to Miss Rose Wood, best teacher ever. I love you. I appreciate you. You introduced me to so many cool books, like read books like The Sidewalk is and Jumanji and Witches, and this before they were movies. Really. And I just fell in love with storytelling to the point where I wanted to write my own. So I became an avid writer, while middle school and high school. I wanted to pursue writing, but people kind of convinced me that writers were broke,
Mm.
and so
Wow.
I didn't want to be broke anymore. I was already that. So, so I actually pursued computer information systems in college,
Okay.
and then like I said, my son was going actually professional.
Oh, so were you in college when your son was born?
Yep. I went to after high school. I went to Wayne County Community College for 2 years. And had an academic education college to the University of Detroit.
All right.
And then at that point, I was
Okay, well, it happens.
my dumb ass chose the academic scholarship, as
Basketball.
opposed to basketball. And then, I went there for everything. So when she was like, "Hey, go to school," I'm like, "Okay," or I, just tell stupid lies. "Hey, class got out early today," just so I could just be there for every single baby. And I was
Well, I'll say this: you did not protect your kid first,
that's not
but
great.
right. So we didn't protect it,
Okay.
but you did help to protect the pregnancy while she was going through
I
it,
did
right?
protect that baby.
Protect
I
that
absolutely
baby.
protected that baby.
I heard that part, and then at some point you could do that by yourself. So she decided that she didn't want to protect parenting.
I don't know. You know what? It's weird because people are like, "She died? No, she didn't die." I think we got to the point where she realized I had her, and so she kind of fell back. Like she would pop in, every now and again, but
She went to live her life.
Oh, how's she doing now?
she's okay.
Your
Like,
son.
okay, like you okay, or okay, like her okay?
No, she's
Is she in the French Riviera right now?
she's
Is she on a cruise ship? Is she on the beach?
Well, it is what it is.
you know what?
She's living her life.
For different people, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I think her kid is, being able to survive us.
Good.
Shout out to her. Thank you.
Your
Giving
son,
you
your
your son.
progeny. So then you have another piece, protect the progeny, because before you were
Progeny.
talking, right? Yes,
Look, I don't even know what that word means.
but
Break it
that's
down.
your child, your progeny is your children.
Okay.
So tell us about, because your son is being professional.
You gonna protect your husband.
Protect that your son is playing professional basketball in high school. Got your progeny, your son, all the way through. Now he's taking care of himself. So that's part of your story. Yes,
You did. See, there we go.
Yes, you
I did that.
And
Yes,
then,
you did.
and now he's in Dubai playing professional ball.
Yes.
And it's so. Have you been out there? Of course you have.
No, not yet.
How long has he been out there playing?
He just went to
And you have okay. So when you plan on going? But you've been working. You're making movies. You know.
Yeah. It's funny because I spent roughly 20 years in basketball and nonstop.
Yeah.
He got a job.
So you good? You like? Look, I got where.
He got a job. He got a place to stay.
Right. He good. He good. He can eat.
Hey,
Everything he needs, he has right now.
That's good. So you got your progeny through. So that's good. So now we're on to your product that you do.
No, absolutely. But one thing that's interesting, I spent nearly 20 years focusing on everything. That's all you had television. That's roughly, 3 or 4 years old. And
You didn't have him double dribbling at 3
yeah.
and 4. You did with both balls at 3 and 4.
yeah, he was able to. She was strong enough to shoot a ball on regulation by the time he was 3.
Oh.
You know what it is I didn't have to run for it. And so it's like this time I'm spending time with my kids. So it's some days it'll literally be us and or me, him, and a little basketball hoop. just playing. I'm not thinking I'm grooming him for the NBA.
Mhm.
It was just like, hey, I ain't got no money.
Give me that here.
Where do I connect with this baby?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't grow up with no. And then it became passion for it. And okay, he's talented. He has some potential to do something. And by the time he was a kindergarten, I told him flat out, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You going to college, and I'm not gonna pay for it. So you gonna get work.
That's what I told my daughter. I swear to God, I told her, I said, let me tell you something. You're getting scholarships. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna take you. I'm going, and it is grooming. It
Yeah.
truly is grooming
Yeah,
these kids because they can be.
You have to groom them
Yep,
for
you gotta groom 'em.
positivity.
Yeah.
Yep, you gotta groom them because is it nature or is it nurture? I mean, I was great that you had a basketball background as well. You know, it's the difference between sports daters, the ones that he raised, and the one that the ex-wife raised.
Yeah.
You can see the whole difference. The one he raised is all stealth and really in shape and all this. The one she raised is doing the best he can. But you know what I'm saying? It's
No,
just
I do think. I think I think nurture because for years teaching them this, teaching how to properly do things.
getting him up. Like this is what we do.
Yeah,
This
no,
is your life.
Yeah, but pushing him past him was like I understood what his goal was, so just making sure he was really
Preparation.
I wouldn't sit back and say like when he was in middle school. I know high school students they lift weights, so I got him a trainer in 6th grade
Okay.
to start building his body up. So his freshman year, he's not going through the struggles of these kids being
I'm trying to do it. He's
You know what
strong.
I'm saying? Yeah, so he was at school. The same thing when he went from high school to college. He's not gonna wait till he gets to college and go through the struggles. I got a college coach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew he was gonna have to take the ACT. He
Mm.
started taking
Oh,
the
yeah.
ACT in 6th grade.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He had his score that he was gonna need in 10th grade.
That's right.
You know, and
That's right.
we know he's gonna have to do these things. So why are we waiting until this decade to do it? That doesn't make sense.
That's right.
Be prepared.
Absolutely.
There. Absolutely.
You have to do that with these kids. Prepare. So even if you may not have had it yourself, or your parents prepared you, you have children start preparing. Look ahead. And that's how I like to raise my kids. I look ahead. I look 3 steps ahead of where they want to go and guide them. So we do believe in grooming, but we like the positivity to groom them to be great in themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, after spending with it 20 years, with daydreams, I realized I felt like there was a certain level of envy that was there.
You and him, because he was living the life you wanted to live.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even the basketball part, but it's like
It was all of it.
I have my goals, I have my dreams. Can't dream because I'm focused on it. But I think the beauty of that was in teaching him how to go after his goals and dreams. I learned myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I got a little funny it was a funny story. I can remember my daughter and I were coming back from, I don't know, we were in Shanghai. I don't know where we come back from something. But anyways, it was a flight. When it was a flight and we were in the airport, and she goes, "We're back in coach again." And she just repeated, whisper. She says it, and it's the entire plane of people. They looking at her, and I was like, you know what? I'd be grateful because you're here because of me. She goes, no, you're here because of me. I was like, you know what? We're here because of each other. And that was the truth. Because if it had not been for her, I would not have been there. And so I was able to experience things I wanted her to be able to experience. And she was telling the truth. And she was only 8 or 9. This might have been our second trip to China. And she was just freaked out. You know what I'm saying? Those crash outs happen on planes. And they happen with kids all the time. We just, as adults, we get put in jail, get escorted off the plane. She didn't get escorted off. But I'm trying to check her in front of these other adults because I don't want to say anything to my daughter. Don't you see? But I can understand her frustration. She was tired of being a coach. She was tired of being in economy. Didn't matter. We all get there to the same place at the same time. Like, going there. But the bottom line for me was this, and this is what I was hearing you say. You got to experience things, and this is how I'm interpreting it. You got to experience things because of him.
Absolutely.
And because you focused on him, you would experience more things that you would have wanted to.
Because the interesting was he was a time. Now all the time that I was putting it in is bacon. And I was like, yep, we about to fill this thing up with me. And so I started I went back to school full time.
Okay.
Obviously, out of high school, I was just like, I didn't care.
Oh,
I was going because my mom wanted me to go. I was like, whatever. So my GPA was
6'7". 6'7".
service. Hey, enough not to give me kicked out. But when I decided I, and I say this because I know my training. Hey, what do I need to get in order to graduate magna cum laude? He was like, yeah, just roughly like a 3.8 with the classes that you take here. I was like, wait a minute. What you mean the classes that I take here? They're like, yeah, we take the credits from the class that you take here, and that's GPA. What about the class I took before I got here? Oh, we just transfer those credits. Your GPAs, but
and you were like, I can do this. You did it.
3.8.
All right. Yay.
I was like, what? But it was happening.
Right.
I wanted to post that I taught myself had become part of who I was.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely took those things apart myself, and that's why I've been able to accomplish in a short amount of time. I started filming as Asbury Park in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic.
I know, and this is 5 years. You've done 10 films.
Yeah, I think just shy of 10. I think we're at 8.
Okay.
But I've been able to accomplish a lot in a short amount of time because, especially like COVID was happening. I was like, Lord, please don't take me out of here having that one movie be the whole thing I've ever done. That was like a real prayer.
Yeah, but
don't let that piece of shit be the only thing that
I. It wasn't a piece of shit.
No, that was a piece of shit. I don't care how you can spit it, how you want to. No,
You completed it.
Oh,
you talking about that one at the premiere that we can't mention again?
Yeah, you ain't never heard of that.
No. We know.
No, y'all ain't pick them up.
Okay. Didn't make it to Tubi. It's on YouTube. Oh, you're not talking, period. Where it is. It's all good. But you know what? But like you said, you were able to take that, and because of that experience, you learned so much.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it was a good thing. You had to go through.
It formed my ideas of what I wanted to do.
Right.
So I'm definitely very yeah, well, like I said, I was able to, take that and, move forward, things that were forward. So.
But I remember you saying something that you learned early on to protect your product, which is your films. And you were saying, so can you share with the audience of how you feel about your name and your control being from when you started to as you progress?
Yeah, after the nightmare of the first premiere.
I think you got to tell that story because they didn't hear it because it was all X'd out. So was it X'd out for a reason?
Give us the truncated version.
Thank you, Lord.
The truncated.
He didn't mention names. So only the person. So if the person whose movie it is you don't know. Are we there with it?
Yeah, we there.
Oh, well, fucking tell it. I mean, you don't have to tell the names. Go ahead and tell what happened. All right, here we are.
I got attorneys.
We got at least one here.
But no, long story short, I was hired to, and I didn't have control. So we cut off rehearsal. We set up a premiere date that was too soon. Didn't give proper time for the editing and screening. And then by the time we had a premiere, it was just a total nightmare. It was a very rough edit of the film. Where you could hear me, where you could see the actors talking to myself and other people.
Wait a minute. What you say? She was supposed to be driving in the car, and she said, "What's my line?"
She's in the middle of driving, and she's like, "Yeah, da 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 da." What's my line? She like 3 times. Hey, like I can laugh about it now, but at the time, when my family is there to support me, it's like shit. Yeah, this is bad. But everyone's laughing and it's not a compliment. But I need it though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that was probably like, and I'm not talking shit about the moment now, but probably one of the most influential moments
Right.
because it told me what I never wanted.
Exactly. And now, since then, you have done now Absence of Innocence.
Hold on, we gotta go to the mirror.
Yep.
Okay. As we were, Black Lives. I'm not doing when I look at her because Absence of Innocence, Omission, City Boy, Consequences, When Her Walls Talk.
Oh my
God. I Am Who I Am. And now we're filming Just a Girl.
That's impressive.
I did good without looking.
5 years.
Dude.
Yeah, 5 years.
Oh my God. And
dang,
how?
Dang, you know what? Dang.
That's impressive.
That's impressive. Martin Scorsese hasn't done that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
That's amazing.
I did something. Huh?
You did that. Yeah. You can sit back and say that you have done. I'm telling you.
And I
Sidney Lumet didn't do it.
Hey,
so
look,
we have those.
And I read.
Okay. Oh my God. Really?
We have a genius sitting here.
A filmmaking genius.
Yes.
What I'm saying.
Good.
Let me tell you, what we will do here is always encourage. We always encourage and support. I don't get to where I want to go. I put anybody down. So I'm telling you, I am here at when I see your projects, and when I hear you talk about your projects, and when I hear you be very honest, open and honest about your story. I think that it gives such hope. First of all, it gives credibility to what you're doing, right? And the stories that you write. Because some of you live it, but sometimes you don't necessarily have to live. You can have the creativity and have the. It is what it is. But the bottom line is that you did not keep it hidden. You shared it with others, and everybody doesn't do that, and that's major.
What's interesting as I hear you say that. My first book I published in December 1999. It was called Street Writer's Journal.
Okay.
And the reason I wrote the book is because I feared not being here. And so that was my first book.
Really?
My mother, I was the person, I didn't complete it. I would always start something. I was, went to school to cook.
Okay.
and then quit.
Can you cook now?
No.
Oh dear.
Look, I know that's why she look. I went.
You can't tell you even went to school.
No. Look, protect my people.
Actual pianist. Actual.
Yeah, no, I quit. I was a habitual quitter, but that first book, just in case I
very nice.
And that's what started my writing career.
Oh wow! And the name of the book is
A Street Writer's Journal.
A Street Writer's Journal. Is it on Amazon?
Yep.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. We got to write that down. A Street Writer's Journal.
It's funny, the original cover, because I used to always wear jeans, a t-shirt, and a hat. And so on the original cover, that's literally what it is. That's the original cover. It was. Yeah, I updated the cover since then. But yeah, it's called Street Writer's Journal. Oh, and so like my favorite poetry. My first two was poetry, and then from there I got tired of people labeling. No, he's a poet. He's a poet. So much more. I'm outside the box, and then I wrote a novel called Everything But Not Enough.
That's nice. Hold on for a minute because this is all rude.
We need to see who that is.
We got
Go
to
get
Respect
them.
you as my
It's
husband.
your husband.
I hope it is your husband.
Hey, look, why you hitting that button?
That's not my husband.
Ain't your husband.
That is not my husband. No. Because I have this thought in my head. I want to ask this question, or it's an observation that I've seen. That I guess I can say it now. So, listening to your story, that okay, listening to your story, I see the hand of God doing everything in your life. So when you told the story of the movie premiere, it sounds like, because I think all the greats have had that experience where you said you go in there, your story, your movie was a drama, but it turned into a comedy because of all the errors. And it's one of those things that if God didn't get rid of or whatever happened with the other director, you wouldn't have had that door open to you.
Absolutely.
So God got rid of him. You got in, and it was your basis to see everything you knew you didn't want this to happen again, and how you could control it and make your product what you want it
Absolutely.
to be. And that's how I look at it. That's my
Let's
observation.
clarify that was not my movie.
Okay.
Put that on the record. That was not my movie. That was the movie I directed.
Mhm.
But everything else, I think is absolutely correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, you had a major falling out because I take it was major. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna move
move
forward. We're
forward.
gonna move forward because that's what I always do. I'm just saying.
We're
We're
16
gonna,
years
we're gonna
since your
thank that. We're gonna thank that person.
No,
for the opportunity.
Yeah. I needed that
I'm telling you.
because that was my first time being at the help, and I got exactly what I needed from it. I still had to go with somebody else. I did,
Mhm.
you know. So
So that's very
And you
good.
can't beat that at all. You cannot because we all have experiences we have to go through and we have to, at the time it's, you say, oh my God, am I truly kicked out of the place? But you get kicked out, you land on your feet, and then next thing you know, that person is asking you, Ian, where your place is. You see what I'm saying?
because
And every full circle, it all comes back to the
all
circle.
well, yeah, because like when you look at my film past, like I said, 2006, I tried to shoot the first script that I ever wrote was Absence of Innocence, was a version of Absence of Innocence, right? Now, remember when I told you, and I don't know if they got this, but when I said we were looking for writers,
Yes.
Mhm.
a friend of mine came to me because she had loved my stories, and she was like, hey, you know, I got some producer friends, and they want little writers, and your work is do it. So we went to a meeting, and again, we ended up like, okay, we're in this together.
No.
You know, let's go in here. And so when we left the meeting, we were going to write the script that the house was supposed to be right. She kept me guessing. And my deal was, hey, y'all don't have to pay for this. The girl had already went to film school. She went to Temple. You know?
Oh,
okay.
And so, okay, this is a great opportunity for me tomorrow. And so that's why I need to do it.
the girl who told you to come on in, she'd already went to film.
Yeah.
Just a little caveat. What is she doing now? Okay.
So, so we were supposed to read the script. Every time we had a meeting, there was something going on. But I'm like, this is my way in.
I'm staying.
So I wound up writing the whole script myself,
Right.
just on the strength of, yeah, I'm about to learn.
Right.
So I recognized it because she had put me on, introduced
Okay.
me. Okay. No hiccups, let's go school. And the problem was, she read the script, she loved it.
Mhm.
They read the script, loved it. They wanted to press forward. She decided, no, I don't want to do this with them. I want to sell it.
Wait, you weren't even coming to anything. How dare you? How dare you? Excuse me, ma'am. Did I miss something in the story? My complete outrage. Well, I'm really offended right now. That's what it
So she
says.
got to sell it. So
I said, the script.
until
Just forever
before you get the
before you get a dollar
dollar.
And she didn't contribute.
at all.
So that's why you don't even know where she doing now. Because that type, but see, that type of that there can't do no good will happen to you because of that.
Yeah, so
Because what I'm telling you, I ain't seen none of her movies out.
nah,
I don't even know who she is, but I can tell you I ain't seen none of her movies.
better. But, well, it was so I went back to it. Okay. Situation. I can't do it. But give me 10 days.
I'll get your money.
I get you.
And that's the absence of innocence.
And that's when I wrote Black Lives.
Oh, Black Lives.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. So a lot of your movies, because when I was looking at them, I said, okay, his don't. I hadn't seen when I said to be original. Yours look like you go through, you partner or cooperate. I don't know what you want to call in your industry, but you cooperate with other companies to, another production company, right? A distribution company,
A distributor.
a distributor. Okay, I don't wonder why I'm thinking,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen a to be original. So you put yours out and you
Yeah.
whatever's coming
That's what
comes.
I've been doing myself. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you put it out to Tubi, and then so many plays come back, and good for you. So it becomes it still maintains yours. You know, so, okay.
Nope, I don't say that was the good thing. I wrote Black Lives today. And so
Oh my God.
because that was that was my situation. I had to.
I have to tell you about Black Lives, sister. Black Lies, and that's BLACK Lies, LIES. And this is about a young man who thinks he's the father of this 6-year-old boy named CJ Carter Jr. Now, the mama was a hoe. Moselle, Mo, and her mammy was a hoe. But she didn't have a sister who was not. And she was pretty thoughtful young lady. But I'm telling you, when you saw this young lady, I felt, I'm talking about the mother of the child. I felt bad for her when I saw her mother because you saw where she got it. And you saw how no real good could happen. But he happened to be at a bar. I forget something. That's what. Oh, we gotta let him in.
Yes.
Come on, let him in, Clyde.
I was gonna say that, but I'm like, it's giving police. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah, you look like okay. We knew he was coming.
Yeah, I knew it.
But, hey, she didn't hit no enough time.
Right.
She like this. Yeah, look.
We're taping. We're taping.
Hey, look, that's
Pull it up.
Right.
that sounds about right.
Right.
And look,
Yes.
I'm gonna live my life not asking.
I know.
I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, she must want me to come up here. Okay, I'm on the way, baby. We had this whole conversation.
Right.
You know about it. Okay, you want to go? Okay, you not asking.
Yes. Sorry, dear. Sorry,
Now,
dear.
you see, I
trying to
see
be
him on my
professional.
You don't want to be jumping up.
I see him. I was working.
She
I was
was
focused.
she was expecting just like this. That's probably her husband, and is.
And Miss Queen was like,
Yeah, I was kind of. I've been
Yeah,
saw.
she
it.
"Are you
knows.
saw him?" Oh,
Yeah, so I was over there.
She know the look.
Yeah.
I just said that. Oh my God,
I'm
no.
working. I'm looking. You know, look, being a doctor, I do a lot of surgeries. So I have to be focused. So we can have an earthquake, but if I'm inside doing the incision on surgery, everything's gonna fall apart before I leave that patient.
We
So
appreciate that.
I stay focused. So it wasn't that I was ignoring my husband, but I'm working. So I'm staying focused.
Well.
Nobody was bleeding and it was okay. So
Well,
sorry, dear, but
I
I'm
didn't want no
focused.
earthquakes outside.
But it got handled. It got handled. It got
Hey,
handled.
this is a day, ain't it?
This is truly been a day. I was telling you about Black Lives. But what happens with Black Lives is that he happens to be at a bar, and the one guy named Brandon, I think that's Brandon. Brandon said, "Oh, that's the nigga she pinned the baby on."
I don't remember his name.
I think but it's something like that.
Yeah.
Dylan Brandon, something like that. So then his friend knows Brandon, whoever this guy is. And they got to tell him, "Come on, man, come over here." So when he comes back to him, he's like, "Oh man, that bitch looked at lunch. She was just sucking my dick in like Ohio or something." But Brandon was so drunk that he was talking too loud, but he heard what was going on. Even though they weren't together, he was just he had parenting time, right? He still misses his job. Okay, he goes back, brings him back. Princess was it wasn't my tell you about your woman, what she did, which I kind of felt some kind of way about that, right? Because in a way, yeah, it wasn't. But if you know, I don't know. Do you say anything if you know your girl might be? That's I don't know how you do that. I've never been. That's still too messy.
It's messy. I don't want to be in that position. So don't tell me shit.
That tells.
I don't want to know.
Then they'll cut you off and not tell you shit, right?
What I mean, don't tell me what you are doing. I don't want to know if somebody's. I don't.
Well, right. But they weren't married. They weren't married, but they weren't together at this time. This is just some other stuff. But anyways, that made him go do a DNA test on the baby. Hi, Damien. How are you? You want to come on in? Hi. This is Legend. This is Legend and his wife. This is Damien.
I was working. That's why I'm sitting here on camera. Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
So there we are. And so what happens is that the little boy said, hey, Daddy, and he says that did you brush your teeth? I think so. And he goes, blows his breath on his father. He said, oh, let me get another spot. And that's when he gets the DNA swab.
Oh, okay.
Gets the swab. He goes. Now this is what I'm saying. He gets the test. The test results. Oh, well, we know what the man says. He gives him the test. He's like, good luck. That's supposed to be good luck. But next thing you know, he goes to the
Spoiler alert in this movie.
No,
this is just the premise.
Oh,
okay. So what I'm telling you is this. He goes over to her because whatever had happened, he goes, oh, you be nice for some flowers. Goes over. Next, he got this next, he dunking her in the dick. It was great. I'm gonna tell you, that shot from seeing her face in that water, I was like, oh my God, was he actually in the water? I didn't know how that was done, but that was pretty amazing to me. That's kind of, I don't know what the experience would be. What you saw was a person who, first of all, they had not protected their pee, number one. Nobody had. So even though he had a mother who told him, I told you to get that baby tested early on when the baby first came. This is my grandson as far as I'm concerned. He's like, that bastard ain't mine. So he runs off to do whatever he's going to do. Where else that didn't work out because he still had these feelings. Gets into a relationship with somebody who, again, not Miss P, right? To me, jumps into another relationship, not honest. She's like, you didn't tell me this, but how much are you supposed to tell another when you date? I don't know.
I mean, funny. That's what leads to issue.
Right. It's just how much are you really? Am I really supposed to tell you? Do I have an obligation to tell you? What if it's just none of your business? What if I need to just deal with what I need to deal with? Okay. Here it is. Finally, he wants to be back into the boys. He goes back home. The mother's like, oh, I haven't seen you over here. He's like, let's take your seat. She don't mention that boy. His mammy won't let me do this. That's won't let me see her or him and all this kind of stuff. Now, before that happens, how you know both him, both the mother and her mother? How the baby had nothing to do with it, and how you just not going to do this to this boy? It ain't right. Nothing about her behavior. No accountability to anything she did. And I had 4 kids, and the 4 kids when you have 4, one dead, one in jail, got me and one a hoe. What are you bragging about? Okay, I'll tell you something. When you watch that, number one, I think that it truly is very realistic because I can see all of that. Because to me, when I saw Moselle or Mo, or whatever her name was, she had that kind of dancer body. She might have been groomed. I think everybody kind of grooms their kids wherever they want them to be. I think that's what when you saw her mama, she had damn near 50, almost 30 with grandkids. I don't know how old she was, but the bottom line, you saw her in her little booty shorts walking around the place. That's what I remember seeing. So I'm telling you, please don't tell me it was you. No, it wasn't. No, she was not in the movie. I'm just telling you, I saw this because I'm looking at listening to dialogue. if there was just a basic, if they had told my daughter, or they had told their daughter what I told my daughter, protect your peace. Protect your peace. And for my daughter, it's like, protect your peace. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Protect your peace of mind. Because living at that situation is not peaceful whatsoever. It's just not. And it is truly chaos. So I enjoyed Black Lives. I enjoyed it. It was very disturbing for me, very disturbing. I enjoyed the but you do a lot of green screen with that. Because I was some of the shots and it was good. So I was like, doggone. And did you ever go to Chicago or was it always shot in Detroit?
It was awesome. Sure.
Okay, because you got the Chicago. I was like, okay, well, I went to Sears Tower, but then I was like, okay, but you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. And I love the fact that I'm supposed to be able to. I enjoy it. That's what I want to do. What else? Relating to protect people. Mhm. So I'm not going
Protect your eternity. Yes.
I'm not going to go back and tell you how it ended. So now you got to go watch it to see how it ends. But the bottom line is this: is that it comes into people. But we had to see because more often than not, this is what happens. Now, how does this happen? Because when you see Carter was like almost like a damn nerd. How did he get hooked up with Moselle? Did he meet her at a strip club?
I would spend a couple dollars.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And he thinking he in love, but she not. You know what I'm saying? She just looking at him as a trip. And she tricking. She got other people. Now, this is what I'm telling you. I don't know. I'm just saying out loud. I don't know how profitable the pussy business is. Because that is why you always, why is the car not working? Because all the time the car wasn't working and she needed some extra cash. If you got this bomb ass, whatever you say you got, should you ever be without it? Should you always have it? These are things that this movie made me. You had no problem. Truck pulled up with her, her girlfriend, and her boyfriend, and somebody was in the back, Brandy was in the back. No problem jumping out in the back seat in front of your girlfriend and her man. Doesn't that have a? It just.
Well, I'm gonna take it like
I'm
this.
just telling you.
Like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, but no, I love it because it makes your movies have that realism, and it makes you think, and hopefully makes people make different choices. I think
That's my point. To protect your peace.
right. But are you using your what you grew up with, your background when you come up with all your different movies? Or you is this creative? Mm-hmm.
That's a bad thing. Because whether it be my experiences, my experiences with people, or just things that I hear along the way, it's stored in here.
Right.
And so whenever I write something, it's coming from a lot of different places mixed with creativity. But one of the things that I look at for my films, I like to talk about things that people don't talk about publicly. So let's start those conversations. In particular, I know a lot of people who have thought kids were there, but then to find out that it wasn't. And so I ask the question like, hey, well, you've been raising this kid, and you've been dealing with hell, living with the mom, and you find out that's not your kid. Do you keep dealing with that same hell just because you love the kid, or do you say, hey, I'm free, let me go live my life?
I have a personal story about that, but I will not divulge. But I understand that, and it's a real life situation. People will, when they're for whatever reason, put a baby on someone, and that's a real story. And then they find out it's not. What do you do?
Well, I think the hard part, truthfully, and a lot of times people don't think like in the movie. Well, you've been doing this for so long. Why don't you keep on doing it? And it's like, and if you ask most, if you took a poll and put that scenario out there, most people would say that the man should stay. And it's like, no, seriously, I literally did a poll.
And they said yes.
And most people
I'd be on the no.
No, I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are some no's, but majority took the
Really,
what's in the best interest of the child. And it's like, yeah, but it's not his child to worry about. But nobody really cares. Yeah, the child didn't do anything wrong when he didn't either. So he's
Exactly.
separated. But again, you know,
But did he do something wrong by protecting this? By getting involved with her in the first place?
yeah,
Is that some type of
it's
karmic?
it's not.
Consequences.
But
Consequences.
when you're young, you kind of don't listen to everything your mama tell you.
Right, you have to listen to that. I have a question. What's your most favorite movie that you had to make and the storyline? You got 8 of them. Oh, is it?
Asbury Park. Because that was first. That was my story. I think and we were watching the news one day, and we were talking about like a kid got arrested for selling drugs, and she was like, "But there's never a reason to sell drugs." I'm like, "Bullshit," But she came from a 2-parent home, you know, school educated, college educated. She came from an environment where that wasn't an issue. And at the time, when hearing her, I hear people suburban communities say stuff. And so for me, Asbury Park was the hood for us. We don't want to do these things. We just try to survive. People don't really look at it from that standpoint. Well, he just wanted to have a gun. No, he didn't have a gun to be tough. He had genuine concerns.
Now, why did he have general concerns? Now, this is what I've learned as I started off being a criminal defense attorney, and I do have a couple of criminal defense attorneys right now. What I found is that I'm gonna say all of my clients who got caught with a CCW, and that means they did not have a CPL. They were carrying, weren't supposed to, and they were young, 20s, didn't have that. It was a common denominator. Tell me what you do. They all smoked marijuana. It was something about that paranoia that was brought on by that marijuana that made them all paranoid. I gotta protect myself. I gotta protect myself. I'm just telling you, it was something that every single one.
Was that their drug? They were in this environment where you never knew if somebody was going to try to kill you.
I hear it.
I don't know. We didn't grow up like that.
Well, let me share. It was me, my mother, and my brother. I'm bigger than my brother. Physically bigger than my brother. In our neighborhoods, we heard about housing and weapons. I was real thin. I could fight them, but I was thin. My genuine concern was somebody coming in our house.
So you went got your gun?
Yeah. So I kept my book bag. People will tell you, I had my book bag with me all the time. I had my gun because I had to protect my mother. I started stealing the car at 12.
Start doing what at 12?
Stealing the car because I need to learn how to drive. Because if you call 911 from my neighborhood, this one coming. I couldn't afford to let nothing happen to my mother.
I understand because that was your everything. That was your everything.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's but being older now looking back, had I got caught with that gun, somebody would have thought it was about being a child or something else. No, I genuinely wanted to protect my mom.
And you were not on drugs.
I don't drink or smoke.
So then you are truly but then you never got caught. Okay, so that means you weren't out walking around. There's a bulge in the park. You know what I'm saying? It was concealed. Right, that's what I'm saying. The ones that get caught, there was a bulge.
Yeah, but just the genuine perception is that, you're doing it for this reason, that reason. It's no, it's seriously, when you had your neighbors call 911 and 2 hours later, no one's still there. People who are supposed to protect me, not protect me. So
this is 48235.
Yeah. So it's so what am I supposed to do? If I know they're not coming, if anything happens, what am I supposed to do to say? Okay, well, I don't want to break the law. I've had times when I'm sitting on my porch and I'm watching guys walking down the street with a gun, and nobody calls police because it was normal.
Yep, it's in a different area.
I'll tell you something. Well, we grew up in 48235. We were on Tracy in the Lodge. you know, on Curtis. And,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that's where we live. So we lived there, and then we moved over to University District.
Yeah, so it's like,
So, I get it.
so it's
I
like,
do.
but, and it's technically not people, but when you start seeing certain things, it's like, okay, we have to like, yeah, I hear what the laws are,
So,
but I also understand what I know.
You
I
have to
gotta do what I
protect
gotta do.
your
But-
people.
But
I
okay,
have to protect my peer. Yeah,
right,
that's all
that
I
was
got.
your piece, but that was his piece. I understand that. Let me tell you something, he wasn't reckless with it, okay? He wasn't, I'm gonna tell you something, I think still in the cars, that could have got you that could have had you in juvenile, a lot of damn things, but it was not for you to get caught.
Yeah, I had to teach myself how to drive.
That's okay.
At
so-
a young age, like they do in the country. They started 5 and 6 years old in the country driving.
What, do they steal somebody else's car to get it?
He took his
I
mom's
took my
car.
mama's
Oh,
car.
well, that ain't stealing.
Yeah.
That's taking without
Oh, you thought he was taking
He was
other
actually
people's
hot
cars.
wiring cars.
No, he said he took his
Oh,
mom's
I didn't hear
car.
that part. So I was like, that's I'm working. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to rationalize the day I'm good.
No.
Like, stealing other people's cars. The problem with that.
Oh, it's my mom's car.
Okay, well, then.
Yeah, like if she was if she was going to town.
Okay, we're gonna take it with the parents' car.
Right.
Yeah, that happens.
Straight to work, she's illegal.
Yeah.
I'm not pretty, so-
Right. How do I get him? I appreciate that.
So,
We got that one. Yep, Asbury Park. So that's your favorite?
That's that because for two reasons. Number one, because that was my story. Built the devil. Number two, it gave me my own movie. It gave me my first movie.
yeah.
So we ain't got to talk about the other bullshit.
It's yours.
It's mine.
Your name is on it.
I had a premiere, a big premiere at the Imagine in Royal Oaks.
Oh, okay.
It was beautiful, filled to capacity. The movie played through the whole thing.
Nobody laughed.
You know, there was no laughter.
Okay.
It was just like from beginning to end, it was just like, got it. So now I'm officially.
Oh, now are you a filmmaker after you have your premiere, or are you a filmmaker while you're making? Well, you got to have a product to be.
Yeah. Let's- I wouldn't get off. Fuck it. If I left prior to doing Asbury Park, I would have put he was awesome. I didn't mention that.
Okay, so wait a minute. So now I'm putting dates. Now I'm being nosy, getting everybody
Go
else's
ahead.
business.
Go ahead.
All right. So Asbury Park, 2020. But you started filming. How long did it take you to film?
Oh, no, I filmed it in 2020, middle of the pandemic.
Okay, and then when did you finish? When did you wrap?
And then I wrapped in 2020. But originally I wanted to try to go to like a film festival,
Mhm.
but because of the pandemic,
Nobody's doing it.
right? So it's like, okay, let's do this actually. So I think I got. I think that went on probably 2020, or like the very end of 2020, maybe like December 2020.
Okay, so that means you went through their process and they like, okay, fine, we can put it on here.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I already had the script for my last show.
Before the one that you said, oh no, not
The
you,
girl.
bitch. You
So,
could never.
so,
You could never.
so I was actually able to just go ahead and no, that was not my last.
Oh, in 10 days.
Right, today,
Mhm.
right,
Absence of innocence.
right. So I went ahead and did that, and then, like I said, I took a lot of the concept from the one I did before, and then I just rewrote. You know what I'm saying? Turned it.
Now, if her walls can talk, when her walls talk. Now, this actress you use, she was also in the absence of innocence. Is she related to you, or you just? I don't have a problem. I mean, I'm just
No,
asking.
no, no, just
Okay,
yeah.
okay, talent. Okay, so in one movie, she had something very traumatic happen to her when she was in school, and then she completely away. But she was determined,
Yeah.
and she did execute.
She executed.
She executed. She executed her plan, and then we got when lost.
But before that, you gotta go back to audition. Did you see that one?
Let me see. Tell me, because
Okay, you have the woman who's a good mom, good actor, and you know she gets takes him to school, prays for him before he goes to school, and then after she comes home, she goes to the hotel and sells her beat.
Oh. Undercover prostitute.
She's
No, she's just living her life. I mean, she's taking care of her mother.
She's
I mean, she's taking care of her child.
she's an escort.
But she don't bring me around the
She's an escort, and then she's a guy who he's technically married, but he's
what does that mean?
right, but he don't like his wife. And so going back to what I made earlier, these two meet, they have attraction. So and when what you said earlier, how much can you tell a person on a date? Well, he asked her what she does for a living. She said she's in sales.
Okay.
You know, he talks to her, but she doesn't ask him if he's married or not. So he doesn't disclose. She doesn't disclose, and then over time they develop into a thing. So if you haven't seen on this,
Have seen it. Because I'm telling you, the nice thing about Tubi in that platform, once you watch a movie, it continues to the next movie in the same kind of goes. I can honestly say I believe I have. Like I said, I had to go back through and so I was watching Absence of Innocence. I was like, I've seen Absence of Innocence. I've seen Winter Walls. I've seen this. I've seen another one else. I was like, I've seen this. Then when I hadn't seen it, the one that you made that thing. And that's my.
did you see it?
I know I've seen City Boy. I know I have because I know I have.
Most people see City Boy. City Boy is actually one of my.
Everyone who's gonna watch City Boy and all of his movies, but City Boy.
They're all streaming. They're all streaming on Tubi.
So everything is on Tubi now.
Yep,
Okay, okay, so we can see that.
Okay. Let's go to first of all. We talked about you said you had because we remember we had to redo this. You talked about your first P was protect your product, your professional image, and you can do that by having control. Your second P was and how do you protect?
By not two things. By not allowing people into my space that will disrupt it. And by me not doing things that will disrupt
And that leads me to what we talked about previously, which was the clip that you sent,
Mhm.
the mama version,
About toxic woman.
the toxic. Well, no, this is what happens, right? She's about to leave. He knows her. They have a relationship. She's about to leave. No, girl, come on, get on, sit down here. She was like, well, what about me? Like, you too toxic. What you mean? When she just told the story how she just beat somebody's ass, wasn't even her business. And she saw her friend getting her ass kicked by her man. And so she was going against men, a man, not call the police when the girlfriend was getting hurt. She jumping into it. So then she says, she tells us the toxic, you just hear the story, you led with that shit. What just happened to you? So now she's like, I'm an influencer, I'm a motivational speaker, and she was like, I don't know if she had imposter syndrome, which I wouldn't blame her if she did, because what the hell? I'd be wondering, what influence are you trying to do? I mean, is that what you are saying? Which she was trying to help herself. But here it is with a man who says he knows all about this one. He sees the signs. It's like, I'm trying to keep chaos out. But at the end of the scene that I saw, he was a lover unconditional. I was like, what? Why even entertain it? Why even? That's what I was.
Well, keep in mind, they weren't romantic.
Why was she at the house?
Because she had something like he was like her closest.
Okay.
I did not get that at all.
No, he was her like her closest. Now they had sex with college in the past.
Okay, I felt that.
But
That night then.
no. And so that's why he was sleeping on the couch.
Oh.
So in that particular, so when he said, I love you unconditionally.
Now it makes sense to me. Now it makes sense. I need more eye report regardless.
Yeah, his girlfriend.
Girl.
Because
That's
another
why she
girl
cried.
Yeah, maybe
beat her up and she was fighting the other girl.
it still wasn't her business.
It was,
right.
okay, that makes so much more sense to me because I was just like, he knows who she is.
Yeah.
Why is he talking about he gonna love her
No,
unconditionally?
but that's why you can say that.
Because hey, we just free and friends. He was keeping her in
Yeah,
friend zone.
and that's why she was leaving because like she had came over before and they were intimate. He told he tells her like son only goes on.
That's right.
So he actually sets boundaries for her.
I mean, I heard that.
Yeah, and that's why she was automatically just kind of
I know the lead.
I know the routine. I know I need to get out of here. You don't play that. And so
I like that. The sun doesn't wake anyone up in this house but me. Means go.
Okay, now I really okay. I need
you
to
made it
play.
good.
I love them too.
I have you know what? I have a girl house, and I swore to my daughter. I said, "You will never wake up and there'll be a man over you. You will never wake up and there'll be a man in the kitchen. You'll never wake up and come to my room and see a man. You'll never." And I swear to God, I stood out. As what they say in the Chinese drama, let lightning strike me dead if I'm not lying to you. Never. She never woke up and saw anything like that because that was very important to me and for me to show her because I need to be the woman I want you to be. And if you get married and it doesn't work out or you have a child, whatever, number one, be able to take care of your child. Take care of your child. Support it because we're not calling nobody big and crying and screaming because he couldn't have freaking Pampers. We're not doing that. Or baby food. We're not doing that. You better be able to take care of your own baby.
And that's what you do.
And that's what you do because God will bless you. The universe will God. The universe, if you take care of that little one that you were blessed with, anything.
So I want to do this. I want to bring on the woman who's behind you. Introduce. Come on.
Let's correct this.
The woman beside you. Introduce, call the missus on here so we can all see because she was so valuable to us, helping our technical difficulties.
She was
So I
so
think,
queen.
come on up here.
This is Queen.
That's your name, Queen?
Oh, this is Queen. And
Queen, just calling you just Queen. I'm like, girl with it, yes. No, I didn't know.
Well, absolutely.
I
That's
love it.
what- Hey,
Miss Queen.
this is the wife. This is the technical director. This is
The glue, the one that really keep me big.
the one.
You know, like she the barber, she with up. Shit.
That,
Hey, look, to y'all house.
okay, hoes.
Yep.
You see it, okay?
That's the
No,
Queen
she
there.
bring too much light. And it's, look, hey, look, I just think that.
And that's a Proverbs 30:31 wife. The wife that's out there handling the house. She's out there taking care with the kids, the house, the business, with her husband. And she actually helped us. And it was so
She
impressive.
did.
Because she's got these skills that she came and was able to say, hey, and she pinpointed and troubleshot everything. We got that. So
And
God bless you, Miss
and
Queen.
continue to
with
bless
that.
you. But you know what? Miss Queen reminds me of the woman I always wanted to be. And this so I'm just gonna tell you, this is what I say to myself. Guys, you know I'm an interject. That's my personality. Nothing new. The rumors are true. Okay. I've always wanted to be a rich woman with a wealthy my way. And that's what I'm saying. Okay. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Hello. So, yeah, see, very nice.
I protect my kids and what she wants.
And then listen, but let's say it's all good. It's all good. And so we absolutely had to bring Miss Queen on because we had her on before earlier, and then we had our, and then now we're here. But now we're here, and absolutely, I think that I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy. Thank you. And I just knew that I was just happy to see you. I don't know, I was just happy to see you. I had never seen him. I've seen his movies, but I know that we cannot do this by ourselves. We need that now. Somebody may say, you got married. Yes, that's true. But
one day I might be, if I feel it. I've got a few projects.
There's nothing
I
wrong with
got my
that.
daughter, I
working
got
on
a big
your
house, I got this big old house, I gotta go remodel, got a bunch of stuff.
That's good. So then what do you want to say as we start to wrap up? What we got your P, we had 2 of the P's. Did you have any other P's that you want?
Well, like I said, when you're old, you have to protect my peace.
Okay, protect the P's.
Look.
Man, I would love to hear that.
Look, that coach had protected his peace.
Oh, we didn't talk about Sharon. We didn't talk about Sharon or Coach Moore.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not the player as well, but if you get in a situation that if you say, hey, I'm here, be here. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be women that I'm attracted to. They out there. They blink, I work in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I would
You
think
know what I'm
so.
saying? So it's no shortage of hoes in this business. But I know what I am.
Right.
I'm not that. So
And that's what you look at. And that's what you look at. You look at what's the bigger picture, and you foreshadow. Now, is it foreshadowing? No. You know you have that forethought.
Yeah.
Think about the potential
yeah,
consequences.
so I'm protect my mind.
Absolutely.
You know, that's there's never a situation no matter how
I know that's right. Everybody, I know that's right. Now, Miss Queen, how do you protect? What are your P's?
Yeah, what's your piece?
Or what is your P, and how do you protect it?
What is my?
You poking that pee out of
Oh,
I'm looking and I'm just seeing a big old pee looking.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Explain that thing a little.
Sound like my husband.
I'm seeing a pee here.
Yeah, protect the posterior. Posterior. Protect it. So,
I'm sorry.
What are my purpose?
Purpose.
okay.
Nice.
Purpose. Nothing. Or just
That's good.
No. Whatever you
No,
know,
fuck that. It was enough.
if you have another one, but you know, because purpose encompasses a lot of things. So you know, and how do you do that? How do you protect?
my purpose will always be a mother, being a wife, being a woman of God. That's my purpose.
Okay.
You know,